I need you to do something right now. Open TikTok. Scroll for 30 seconds. That's it. Just 30 seconds. I'll wait. Okay. How many things did you want to buy? 1? 2? Something you didn't even know existed 60 seconds ago. And now you're thinking about it? That's not you being weak. That's not you being bad with money. That is a machine. A very expensive, very sophisticated, very deliberately engineered machine, doing exactly what it was built to do. And here's the part that should genuinely bother you. You've been using TikTok for years, which means that machine has been running on you. For years. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you a number, a real number, a number that represents what that machine has already taken from you, and what it's going to take from you over the next 10 years if nothing changes. And I promise you, that number is bigger than anything you're expecting right now. But before we get there, I need to tell you about someone. Her name is Zoe. She's 22. She has a job. She pays her rent on time. She's not reckless. She doesn't buy designer bags or go on crazy vacations. She's actually pretty careful, or at least she thinks she is. But every single month, without fail, she ends up with less money than she planned. Not a little less, a lot less. And she genuinely cannot figure out where it goes. Sound familiar? Here's what Zoe doesn't know yet. She's not bad with money. She's losing a war she doesn't even know she's fighting. And the enemy is in her pocket. Right now. Stay with me. Let me tell you what TikTok actually is. Not what you think it is. What it actually is. You think it's an entertainment app. A place to watch funny videos. Learn about trends. See what's going on. Maybe discover new music. That's the product they sell to you. Here's the product they actually sell. You. TikTok is an attention harvesting machine. And your attention, your specific individual deeply personal attention, is what gets sold to the highest bidder every single time you open the app. Here's how the machine works. Every time you pause on a video, even for half a second, the algorithm records it. Every rewatch, every search, every profile click, every comment you type and then delete, every time you slow down, every time you speed up. 300 data points. That's how many data points TikTok collects on every single user. Your income bracket. Your relationship status. Whether you rent or own. What you Googled 3 days ago. What you looked at on Amazon last week. Whether you're more likely to buy impulsively at 11 p.m. or on your lunch break. And this is the part that nobody talks about. The algorithm doesn't just learn what you like. It learns when you're weak. Tired after work. It knows. Just got paid? It knows. Feeling a little lonely on a Sunday night? It absolutely knows. And that exact moment, is when it shows you the product. Not a random product. Your product. The one built for the version of you that exists in that specific vulnerable moment. The average TikTok user opens the app about 10 times a day. 10 opportunities. Every single day. For the machine to catch you at your weakest. Now here's where it goes from annoying to genuinely dangerous. TikTok Shop. Before TikTok Shop existed, there was at least some friction. You'd see something. Maybe click away. Maybe open a new tab. Maybe sleep on it. Maybe forget about it. Friction saves money. Friction is your friend. In 2023, TikTok eliminated friction entirely. See product. Tap. Buy. Done. Without leaving the app. Without a new tab. Without thinking. Without sleeping on it. And the results. TikTok Shop generated $15.82 billion in US sales in 2025 alone, growing 108% year over year. Charles Agency 108% growth. In 1 year. From a shopping platform that barely existed 2 years before that. Gen Z users are 3.2 times more likely to buy from TikTok Shop compared to the average shopper. Resource retry 3.2 times. Not a little more likely. More than 3 times more likely. That's not a coincidence. That's a target. And here's the number that really got me. Americans spend an estimated $32 million per day shopping on TikTok. Capital One shopping $32 million. Every single day. Where is that money coming from? It's not coming from people who plan to spend it. It's coming from people exactly like Zoe. People who were just scrolling. Now I want to introduce you to a concept. I'm calling it the invisible spend. You know what a big purchase feels like? Rent. Car payment. Plane ticket. Those hurt. You feel those. You think about those. The invisible spend is different. It's the $14 serum because 3 different creators mentioned it in the same week. The $22 LED light strip you saw on a room tour. The $31 supplement that kept appearing on your For You page. The random kitchen gadget. The phone case. The book you were going to read. Each one feels like nothing. Together, they're your future. The average annual spending on social media impulse purchases is $754. That's over $60 a month. Just from impulse buys triggered by what you saw on a screen. Capital One shopping. And 87% of 16 to 34-year-olds admit to making unplanned purchases through social media, with over a third saying they do this frequently. Credit Connect. This isn't a you problem. This is an everyone problem. But everyone is still paying for it. Here's the part of this video that's going to make you look at your favorite creators differently. And I'm sorry in advance, the creators you trust, many of them are paid to make you feel like they're not selling you something. This is called native advertising, and TikTok has turned it into an art form. A traditional ad looks like an ad. Your brain sees it coming. Your defenses go up, you scroll past. A creator you followed for 2 years, doing their morning routine, casually mentioning a product like an afterthought. That doesn't feel like an ad. It feels like a recommendation from a friend. Your brain does not defend against friends. Paid influencer recommendations prompt 44.7% of TikTok consumers to shop for products. And branded creator collaborations have a 27% higher ad recall rate than traditional advertising. Higher recall, more purchases, less suspicion. And here's the most uncomfortable part of all this. The micro-influencer effect. Not the creator with 10 million followers. The one with 40,000. The one whose apartment looks exactly like yours. Who talks like you? Who has the same problems you have? Who feels real because they basically are just a regular person who also happens to have a brand deal. In 2025, TikTok influencer marketing spending reached an estimated $2.35 billion, up 87% from the year before. $2.35 billion. Spent specifically to make you feel like you're getting a recommendation from a friend. The less famous the creator, the more authentic they feel. The more authentic they feel, the more you trust them. The more you buy. The algorithm figured this out years before you did. Okay, I promised you a number at the beginning of this video. Here it is. Let's go back to Zoe. Zoe spends $60 a month, just $60, which is actually below the average, on algorithm-driven impulse purchases. She's been on TikTok since she was 18. She's 22 now. That's 4 years. That's $2,880. Fine. That hurts a little, but it's not devastating. Here's where it gets devastating. If Zoe had invested that $60 a month from age 18 in a basic S&P 500 index fund at an average historical return of 10%, by age 30, she'd have $11,000. By age 40, she'd have $45,000. By age 60, she'd have $339,000. From $60 a month. From less than the average. From money that currently disappears $12 at a time into products she half remembers buying. Now take the actual average. $754 a year. About $63 a month, and understand that millions of people your age are spending 2, 3, 4 times that. That's not a small number anymore. That's a house down payment. That's financial security. That's the gap between the person who retires at 55 and the person who works until they can't. And the only thing standing between you and that number is understanding what's actually happening when you scroll. Okay, real talk. I'm not going to tell you to delete TikTok. That advice doesn't work. You know it doesn't work. The average person who deletes TikTok reinstalls it within a week. Because the app was designed to be missed. What I'm going to tell you is how to stay in the game without losing the war. 4 moves. That's it. Move 1. The 48-hour screenshot rule. See something you want to buy? Screenshot it. Close the app. Do not buy it. Wait 48 hours. Come back to the screenshot. If you still want it, and you can genuinely afford it, buy it with zero guilt. You will be shocked. Genuinely shocked. How often you open that folder and have absolutely no idea why you wanted the thing. The algorithm hit you in a weak moment. The 48-hour rule gives you your strong moment back. Move 2. Audit the invisible spend. Once a month, open your bank statement and highlight every purchase under $50 that came from social media. Add them up. Write the number down. Just seeing the number does something to your brain. It makes the invisible visible. And once you can see it, you can decide what to do with it. That's all. No judgment, just visibility. Move 3. Curate your feed like it costs money, because it does. The algorithm learns from what you engage with. If you keep watching haul content, it serves you haul content. If you follow creators who make you feel behind, who always have the newest thing, the coolest apartment, the most curated life, unfollow them, not mute, unfollow. Protect your feed the way you'd protect your bank account. Because right now, they're the same thing. Remember Zoe? She figured it out. Not overnight, not dramatically, she just started doing the monthly audit. First month, she found $47 of invisible spend. Second month, $89. Third month, she had money left at the end of the month for the first time in almost 2 years. She didn't change who she was. She didn't become a minimalist. She didn't delete anything permanently. She just stopped letting the machine spend for her. Here's the truth about TikTok. It is genuinely one of the most impressive pieces of technology ever built. The algorithm is extraordinary. The engagement is real. The entertainment value is real. And it is pointed, directly, deliberately, scientifically, at your wallet. That's not something to be ashamed of. It's something to understand. Because once you see how the trick works, once you actually see it, the trick stops working. Gen Z spends over 5 hours a day on social media. 5 hours a day of the machine running on you, learning you, optimizing for you. TV tech, you just spent 14 minutes on YouTube learning how it works. That's the trade I'd make every time. If this hit different, subscribe. Because next week we're talking about the trap that's even harder to see than this one. It doesn't come through your phone, it comes through your friends. See you there.